See, change is inevitable. So it's never too late to make a difference as an individual. Because we got to do that to become better as a whole. All for one, and one for all.
Good afternoon, Wolf Pack. How the fuck are we doing today? Good, I hope. I'm going to do a quick mic check. All right, sound good. All right, so I'm excited for the day. I am excited for the day. Freaking got on here a little bit later than I wanted to, but that's because I've been emailing and talking to different people, trying to figure out these interview process, and that's what we're going to basically talk about today. Is the topic of the day is filling the gap. I want to, before I do my very first interview tonight at 6 p.m. with Bethany Haleman. I hope I got that name right. Haleman, maybe. She is with For the Hotties Self-Defense, For the Hotties Safety Emporium, self-defense keychains. A entrepreneur, all around great, amazing, badass woman that I've followed on Facebook for a little while, for I think the last couple years. Reached out to her and see if she was willing to do an interview. My first interview, matter of fact. Pretty excited about this because not only is she now a pack member of the group, she is also an entrepreneur, a mother, a motorcycle rider, motorcycle enthusiast, just an all-around badass woman. And she has been in battles with. She has battled with these mental illnesses that we all battle with. Has been through a lot of ups and downs, and has had some tragic things happen to her, which I'm not going to get into because tonight it's going to be about her, about what she wants to talk about and how she can help you. And we basically fill this gap. So the topic of today is filling the gap. So basically, before I get started, I want to let you all know that if you're looking for us, if you're looking for Yanas Wolf Pack, you can find us on podcast, Facebook public page, and private group page, and on YouTube, on TikTok. Don't know if I'm forgetting anything else, but you can find us by searching for Yanas Wolf Pack. Yana is spelled Y-A-N-A-S. Wolf Pack. Find us on all major podcast hosts, and you can also email me with any comments, suggestions, improvements, friggin' constructive criticism, or just tell me I'm a straight fucking dick and you don't like me. whatever you want to say, but you can email us at yanaswolfpack@gmail.com. Again, Yana is spelled Y-A-N-A-S. So yanaswolfpack@gmail.com. You can find it in all the links to everything we're on, and to the email address in the description of the notes on the podcast and YouTube, and you can find it in the Facebook group page. Still setting up the public page. A little harder than I thought. Anyways, let's get to it. Why is it called Filling the Gap? This is basically my new mission, to not only be on here to become a speaker, to help people with mental illnesses that they battle with. We don't like to say suffer, because suffering basically means you're losing. And if you're still alive, you're not losing. You're waking up every day. You're battling these days. Some days that I realize that seems like you've lost, or seem like it's harder than other days, but you're battling. It's a constant battle. You're going to war every day against these mental illnesses. And we're here, Yanas Wolf Pack, The the private Facebook group is here to help you with that battle, no matter what battle it is you're facing. And that's, kind of going to be explained with me wanting to fill this gap with this new mission of mine. But it's whatever battle you're facing at the moment. I'm not going to strictly keep these interviews that I'm setting up. Why do I even want to start interviews? For one, it's great for, and not only to be just me. I know sometimes it might get a little tiring, a little boring, just to hear me and what the fuck I got to say about all the damn time. So I want to start bringing in not just nonprofits and different organizations, but also, food banks, clothing banks, all different kinds of places that can help people when and where they need the help, instead of. So I've been suffering, or I just caught myself. I have been battling with these mental illnesses for as long as I can remember. The worst feeling I had during this whole war going on with myself is I felt truly alone. I felt like there was nobody else out there that could understand the things that I was going through, understand the thoughts, the things, that I had been going through. I even thought, fucking, I was some kind of special flower and a field of fucking flowers that somehow, some way, nobody else has ever gone through what I've been through, or can understand or feel the feelings that I feel, right? Nobody's treated me, nobody else has been treated the way I have, and just all these different things. I truly felt alone. That's why I started this whole private Facebook group around 4 years ago. I started my healing journey around 5 years ago, and have can proudly sit here and say that I've kicked its fucking ass. There are some days that are harder than others. There's some days that, I definitely take some bruises and injuries and stuff from this war that I fight every day against these mental illnesses. But I'm not losing, and I'm not suffering, because every day I wake up and I didn't choose to either take my own life or choose to give up and choose to quit. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. 5 years ago, it has not been simple or easy, but the things that I've learned and the things that has helped me throughout these last 5 years have definitely changed the person of who I am, how I think, and just all around a lot better person. Back then, 5 years ago, I didn't understand that there was so much more help out there. That there was, I thought, literally legit, what I basically thought was therapists. Therapists were the only ones that really, fucking, that you could go to try and heal and get fixed and figure out what the fuck was going on. Well, what I have done and the way I am and the person I am may not work for you. It may not. We're all different people, right? So what I have understood, though, is that there's only, or what I thought back then was, only therapists could help you. Well, come to find out, there's a lot of nonprofits and different organizations out there that are built to help people with mental illnesses and addictions and whatever else you may be going through. If you're hitting hard times, you need your bills, help your bills being paid. If you need to go to a food bank, if all this different stuff, not just EBT cards and Social Security and whatever else the government provides. There are a lot of different organizations out here that care for you and that are about you. And I'm trying to where I didn't know a damn thing that these organizations existed 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm just now recently finding out about all these different places that you can go get help from. If I didn't know about it, then how the fuck did y'all know about it? And some of you may have knew about some of these different organizations, but you never tried. Maybe your pride got in the way. Maybe, friggin' you thought, oh, well, this wasn't for me. That wasn't for, that I can't go to these because I don't meet a certain criteria or whatever it is. Well, I'm here to tell you that, and to prove you wrong. And that's what I want to do with filling this gap. Around about a month, maybe 2 months ago, I started going to these nonprofits and getting out my name. And I started basically with the idea of around a year ago, I wanted to basically start my own nonprofit or an organization or something for mental health and to help people out when they need it the most. And it was all based off of this private Facebook group that I started 4 years ago. It's taken me a very long time to become public, very long time to, to start getting my name out there. I've been doing this with the lives and everything for 4 fucking years. And it's taken me this long to finally start getting my name out there. I've been thinking about becoming a public speaker for the last probably maybe 2 years, maybe 3. Yeah, that maybe sounds right. Maybe 3 years. And I never enacted on it. Well, one day, fucking, I finally started going to these nonprofits, started going to them and looking for them, looking at them, basically getting my name out there. And some things fell through last year that, that the nonprofit that I wanted to start didn't come to be. No hard feelings, no harsh feelings, no, nothing like that. It just didn't come to be. It was basically being dragged kicking and screaming into something I really didn't want to do. It wasn't my idea to actually start a nonprofit. But after going and talking to a lot of these nonprofits, it was basically I heard the same thing over and over and over again. And that was people don't know about us until they actually need us. Or it's, people don't hear about us even though we exist until times are so rough and hard that somebody else sends us this way. And they all wish that, that it would be simpler to get these people the help and everything that they need and the resources that they need before it gets so fucking bad where they don't feel like they have another choice. And I'm here and I'm wanting to fill that gap. That's the point, and you're going to hear it a lot from now on. That's what I want to call it. I want to call it, it's filling the gap. It's getting you the people that need all these resources and all this help to the right organization or the right nonprofit that can actually help you better than what the hell I can, or better than what this group is. We're not disbanding the group. We're still going to be here. Everybody in this group has always offered that if you needed help or you needed to reach out or need somebody to talk to, we're here. That's the Wolf Pack mentality. We're a family. We're friends. We're a close, tight pack that can help you when you need it the most. But I've learned along the way that there's a lot of people out there that I can only talk about my experiences, what I have been through and what I have gone through so much, and help people in the way that I have helped myself. But I can't help everybody. I haven't been through everything. There's certain things that I just don't understand, and I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the time, and I don't have the resources to be able to help certain people that come along that need it truly. So this is what I'm trying to accomplish about filling the gap. Getting you and these organizations together to where, and a list of it and interviews and different things to where instead of you coming to me or coming to somebody else because your pride's in the way or because you feel ashamed or embarrassed or whatever it is, I am developing a list of all these different organizations, and I hope what it turns into is going to start out locally. I'm going to start out locally with the people that I know and I can get a hold of and reach out to, and then it's going to hopefully turn into, a wider spread. I'm hoping to eventually get a lot of organizations and nonprofits from Ohio. And then I want to reach out even further and start doing it all around the United States. Wherever our listeners are, I'd love to start contacting these different nonprofits and organizations and filling this gap. Because I have listeners in the podcast that are all across the country and the world. Like it's amazed me what this has turned out to be. Freaking there's people in Australia, China, France, Germany. We're gonna say, in the country, there's India. But in the country, there's Texas, San Francisco, Michigan, where else? New York, friggin' all different kinds of places. Places I never thought when I first started and turning these lives the last around a year into podcasts. And that's all I'm doing is I'm going live in the private Facebook group and a few other places, and I'm turning Tennessee. Somebody said Tennessee. I need to go see who that is. Let me see who that is. Give me one quick second. Oh, okay. I know who it is. Yeah, it just dawned on me who was talking. Yeah, I know exactly who that is. All right, yeah. One of the pack members from Tennessee. Yeah, so he's all the way in Tennessee. You know, but there's so many different places out there that I didn't know I'd be able to reach. And it's amazing to me that how I started out this podcast was simply I wanted to make it easier for the people in the private Facebook group for them to listen. So they didn't have to scroll back through the group and they could actually, they didn't have to sit down and watch the video, and they didn't, they could sit here and tune it into a podcast or when maybe they were at work or on their way to work or on the way home from work or whatever, or out gardening or whatever the fuck they were doing. They could listen a hell of a lot easier than sitting here and have to have Facebook open the entire time. And it kind of blew up to a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was just going to be centralized in the group to where it's all, reaching people all across the world. It's something amazing, something I never would have dreamed of. So that's what I want to start doing with these interviews, and I'm not limiting it to nonprofits and organizations. I want to start bringing in not only pack members, but people outside of the pack that have gone through their own shit, that battle these mental illnesses on a daily basis, and people I've seen on Facebook or people I've seen, personally and know personally. I want to start bringing these people in to do interviews, if they want to. Not trying to force anybody or make anybody, but I want to start bringing in more and more people to show y'all that you're not alone. That there's more people out there like you than what you think, and that have gone through the same things like you have. So where it's not just me all the time babbling on and fucking running my mouth and talking about all this different shit. I want to start bringing in. So if you know somebody or you yourself would love to become a part of this or love to do an interview, please get a hold of me at any of the things that I said in the beginning. The easiest one is probably through through email. And that, again, the email is yanaswolfpack at gmail.com. Yana is spelled YANAS. Wolfpack at gmail.com. Please get a hold of me if you would love to, do an interview about yourself or about somebody or an organization or nonprofit or whatever it is. I want this to be more for you guys than just for me sitting on here running my mouth all the time. I want to show you guys more and more that there are so many other people out there. And I know there's, going to be a lot of hesitation, because I understand I'm dealing with people who have mental health illnesses, with anxiety and depression and everything like that. You're going to let it get the best of you. But I'm telling you, and I'm begging you to try to understand that your story may end up saving somebody else's life. You may help somebody in some way, somehow, of teaching them and showing them that you battle these same mental health issues, that if you can do it, that they can do it too. And it may be, friggin' stories of whatever you want to come up with. Whatever you want to come up with, as long as it's on the topic to do with mental health and helping people. Your story could help somebody else that dearly needs to, hear your message. We're gonna, like I told you, this was year 2022 is a year of success and change, and I'm changing a lot of how we're running this. I've been nonstop for the last couple months trying to set this up. One thing that I forgot to do earlier, because I was so wrapped up in that one, getting this done and trying to get the information out here, is doing Leaders of the Pack. Leaders of the Pack is a little segment that I started coming up with the last couple weeks, to where I'm bringing more attention to the pack members that contribute to the private Facebook group, to the ones that actually sit there on a daily basis and post different kinds of things or send different kinds of messages that are helping. I want to make sure that these people, these pack members, know that their time and energy and efforts of them just doing something as simple as posting a meme or a video or a certain message that they have for the day, that it's valued, and that it is important enough for not just the other group members to see and help, but it's also for the podcast members and the YouTube listeners and everybody else that is catching this, that you are making a difference, that your little contributions that you sit there and post all the time is a big deal, because this group would not be anything if it wasn't for you guys. So I'm saying it now, and I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. I want to make sure you know that your contributions to this group and to this pack is highly valued, and I appreciate every single one of you. And this is how I'm trying to start to show my appreciation, is getting you guys the contributions that you make and getting it out there to more of a public eye. So here we go. Leaders of the Pack. We're going to start off with pack member Jamie. October 10th, 2022. Perspective of the day. The thing is, we don't know what's waiting for us tomorrow. All we have and all we know is right now. So please don't waste your energy on staying angry, thinking you are not worth it, or living in the past or the future. Love yourself, your friends, and your family with all of your heart right now. Have fun. Don't postpone your life for tomorrow. Live it today. And most importantly, don't worry about what other people think of you or your journey. They have no clue. So enjoy it with the ones who truly matter. Again, thank you, pack member Jamie. I appreciate you posting these every day. He takes the time out of his day every day to post these perspectives of the day, and I really appreciate it. We're going to go on. Credit goes to pack member Alicia. She writes a little message that she came up with herself and posts something. The message says, "Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. It's a new week to start fresh and new. Be safe. Try to keep positive. Go after your goals and dreams. Enjoy life. Have fun. Work out, meditate, stay hydrated, spend time with your family, friends, and significant other, and make time for yourself. Live and love life to the fullest, because life is too short. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Love you all." The meme, I apologize, I forgot to change the little banner. I like these little banners. The meme that she posted along with it says, "The healer also needs healing. The planner also needs surprises. The giver also needs to receive. The thoughtful also needs to be thought of. The considerate also needs to be considered. That's a very powerful message. That is. I'm gonna read that one again because I like that one so well, and I think y'all need to understand um, the message this one is really sending. The healer also needs healing. The planner also needs surprises. The giver also needs to receive. The thoughtful also needs to be thought of. The considerate also needs to be considered. That one right there, that one was a good one, Alicia. I appreciate that because in times we forget about these people. Like it says, the healer also needs healing. You know, nothing makes a good healer than the shit that they have gone through. And the shit that they have gone through in their life, the reason that they have become a healer is because they know exactly how it feels to go through what the hell you're going through. So they're out there trying to heal people and help people in ways that they wish they would have been done. The planner also needs surprises. You know, if you got somebody out there that's, planning a lot of things and events and everything like that, taking their time and energy, they also need to be surprised too. They also need to have things planned for them. The giver also needs to receive. Plainly put, friggin' if you got somebody in your life that just gives and gives and gives, and if you are one of these people that just gives and gives over and over again, and you also need to receive stuff too. You need to receive love and happiness and people you can depend on and people that also gives into your life instead of just taking. The thoughtful also needs to be thought of. The ones that, sit there and think about different places or different people and different things and everything like that. The thoughtful, the ones that are thinking about everybody else, the ones that are trying to put everybody else's needs and wants and everything like that. They think of everybody else before themselves. They need to be thought of too. Same thing with the considerate, also needs to be considered. That goes hand in hand. So we're going to move on. Thank you again, Pack member Alicia. I appreciate your contributions. The next one, Pack member Heather. Heather is a long time friend. I knew her back in elementary, and I'm 36 years old. So we're going to say probably 30 years ago. I knew her from all the way back in elementary, and she is a great, loving, and caring person. I'm so happy to have her in this group because she is one of the ones that definitely makes this group what it is. She goes on to say, happy Monday, y'all. Wait, Monday and happy together? Of course. This is me currently mustering up the will to get out of my car and head into work. I have to redirect my thoughts. Instead of I have to go to work, I get to work. Instead of, it's Monday, I get another day to get it right and do better. Let go of yesterday and focus on today and what you do today. Be thankful to wake up today. We can't live by feelings. We must lead them. Thankful for another day to be better and do my best, whatever comes my way. Thank you, Heather, for that. That is definitely inspirational because, like she says, I have to redirect my thoughts. Instead of I have to go to work, think instead I get to go to work. I get to make money. I get to have a job where it provides for my family. I get to spend time working and having a job to do something else to where I may be able to follow my own dreams and fund my own dreams or send my kids to college or whatever it is that you are working for. You don't have to go. You get to go. Change your mentality. Thank you again, Heather. I appreciate that. This credit goes to Pack member Stacy. Stacy is you hear her name a lot. And I want to let you guys know, I'm not picking favorites. I'm not, trying to, fucking these people ain't paying me and fucking all this. These are just constant names that I see. And if I see, somebody else that's new and they're posting, I try to put them in here too. But these are just people that constantly post and constantly make the group what it is. These are the leaders of the pack, like it's called. So I'm not trying to exclude nobody. I'm not trying to, leave anybody out. I get on here, and for that day, I find, the ones that either I resonate with or think, it's really good for people to be able to hear. So I'm not if you don't hear your name called and you're being, I'll get to you. Trust me. If I see you're posting a lot and you're making this group what it is, I will get to you. So Stacy posted this meme that says, oh shit. I clicked the wrong button. It says positive affirmations for kids and young adults. There's no one better to be than myself. I am enough. I get better every single day. I am an amazing person. All of my problems have solutions. Today, I am a leader. I forgive myself for my mistakes. My challenges help me grow. I choose my own attitude. I'm choosing to have an amazing day. So, thank you, pack member Stacy, for your contributions. The affirmations is you're supposed to sit there and repeat them to yourself, and to change your attitude, to change your behavior, to change your mindset. You can repeat those things to yourself on a daily basis, especially that one that says I am enough. That one is one of the biggest things that people believe about themselves, that they're just not enough because they're not being loved correctly, because they're not getting out of a life what they want, because maybe they're getting overlooked at the job they're at. You have to believe that you are enough. We're going to get to one later that actually, states what I'm about to basically butcher. And it's saying, that basically the word or the opinions of others, you can't control how the actions and what somebody else does to you, but you can control how you respond to them and what you do with them. So, and that one's going to come up later. But thank you, pack member Stacy. I appreciate it. Another one from pack member Stacy. Your trauma is valid, even if other people have experienced worse. Even if someone else who went through the same experience doesn't feel debilitated by it. I about stumbled across that big word right there, debilitated by it. Even if it could have been avoided, even if it happened a long time ago, even if no one knows, your trauma is real and valid, and you deserve a space to talk about it. One of the places and spaces that I recommend is that you doing it in Yanas Wolf Pack private group. That'd be great if we could have you. I want to throw that in there. It isn't desperate or pathetic or attention seeking. It's self-care. It's inconceivably brave. Look at me fucking be able to say these big ass words. And regardless of the magnitude of your struggle, you're allowed to take care of yourself by processing and unloading some of the pain you carry. Your pain matters. Your experience matters. And your healing matters. Nothing and no one can take that away. By Danielle Kopke. I probably butchered the hell out of that last name, but you get my point, right? Your trauma is valid. I really liked that one. That one had a lot of good points. I probably need to take that one piece by piece and turn that into a whole different live. That is one of the things too. Like I'm trying to reach out and do better with this whole thing. The leaders of the pack also gives me things to be able to talk about. So this one is again from pack member Stacy. Has a picture of a wolf. I love wolves. If you haven't got the point yet, freaking I love wolves. That's why this whole pack mentality over wolves was created. But it says, my dark days made me strong. Or maybe I already was strong and they made me prove it. That was a powerful man. You're stronger than what you think. Our motto, you're stronger than what the fuck you think, and you're not alone. Friggin', you were already strong, but these whatever you're going through is making you prove it. This one goes to pack member Becky, one of the moderators in the group, and she helps a lot in this group. Bounce a lot of ideas off of her, and she helps tremendously, has a very big heart. She's a wonderful woman. If you don't know pack member Becky, you need to get to know her. All your contributions to the group, Becky, I appreciate so much. You are so appreciated and valued for everything you do for this group, and especially all the things in the background that nobody sees. So the meme she posted is short and simple and to the point, and it says, "Small steps are still progress." You've been hearing me talk about that a lot here lately. It's the small steps in your journey to whatever you want, to your healing, to your dreams, to all these different things that you want in life. It's the small steps that matter the most. The small steps. Because in the small steps, you learn a lot about yourself and what you're trying to do. Every step, every single step you take and on this journey to progress is so important that you don't want to miss a step. You don't want to stumble on a step and stop. You got to remember all the small steps that you go through every day. And Becky commented, "Hush, you want me to cry?" As long as it's happy tears right now, Becky. As long as it's happy tears. I hope you do know and understand. And I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push, Becky. I hope you do know. You truly are valued. And not just for the pack, as a friend. I value you as a friend. And your opinion to me and the things that you do and showing up and supporting me in my dreams are so valued and appreciated. I hope you truly, truly know what our friendship means to me. Thank you, Becky, for everything you do for everybody. Telling you, she has a very big heart. She is a wonderful woman. And if you're in the private Facebook group, get a hold of one of these people. Get a hold of one of these people. If anything that I've read off today, and I'm still going, I got a few more slides. Anything that I've said today has resonated you or helped you in some way, remember the name that I gave the credit to for these leaders of the pack. Reach out to them and just say thank you. Reach out to them and just send them a message and tell them that, hey, what you posted and what you did really helped me today. I needed to hear that message, and I'm thankful that you were the person that actually posted that. And that Rooster freaking read it because I needed that message. Let them know that what they're doing and the time and energy that they're taking to post different things like this and make this group what it is, let them know that they are valued and appreciated and that you are helping them some way, somehow. You don't have to go into details. Maybe just a simple message of saying thank you. Or finding this post and liking it and saying thank you. You never know what that can do to make somebody's day. Just by sending a thank you and letting them know that they're valued and appreciated and letting them know that you resonated and they helped you in some way, that may save a life. They may think that their life is meaningless, just like you do. They may sit here and think all the time like, this, Rooster sits here and says this and says that, and he puts, my name out there and he, freaking sits here and, reads off what I post, but I don't think people are really resonating with it. What I do doesn't really matter. Reach out to them and show them and tell them how valuable and appreciated they really are. Everybody loves that. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's one of the main reasons why I'm sticking with this segment of leaders of the pack, because it's because a couple people, matter of fact, but the very first person that had called and told me, man, I love this. I love that you're doing this. It's not just all about you, like he said in a different conversation. He sounded a little bit of a dick, but he got that from me. But he told me, You know, it's not all just about you. You're putting other people out there that are contributing and doing all of this, and it makes me want to do it even more because I loved hearing my name, being said, and I love, what I'm posting, actually matters to somebody, and this and that, and the contributions that I'm making. It's making me feel like what I'm doing actually matters. So shoot them a message. Let them know that what they're doing is actually matters to you too, that they're helping you in some way, somehow. All right, we're going to go on. This one is from pack member Stacy. I need to take that banner off there so I can actually read. There we go. It says, every morning is an opportunity to redeem yourself of the mistakes of your past and push yourself towards a successful future. Good morning. Let's read that one again. Every morning is an opportunity to redeem yourself of the mistake of your past and push yourself towards a successful future. Every morning is an opportunity. We've been talking about that for so long, and especially this last week. Every fucking morning you wake up is an opportunity to redeem yourself and to change your life. Every day that you wake up, you can change. You can battle harder. You can get through whatever you're going through. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't be another statistic out there for somebody else to put you as a number. Fight harder. Fight longer. The battle and the war will eventually stop when you work on yourself and you change and you redeem yourself. Keep pushing towards a more successful future. You're almost there. You don't know how close you really truly are. You're almost there. Don't fucking give up now with all the work you have done so far and pushed so hard and all the pain that you've been through. Don't give up now. You could be on step 9 and you're going to get there and you're going to get what the fuck you want at step 10 or 11 or 12. And you're so fucking close. But if you give up now, you don't understand how close you really were to achieving what you really wanted. And you'll never know if you give up now. The small steps is what matters in your progress. Keep going. All right, moving on. This goes to Pack Member Rooster. I appreciate you, Pack Member Rooster, and everything that you do for the group. I highly value you and you appreciate you. Hey, I got to give my fucking self some props too, okay? All right? Don't sit there. I got my fucking demons and my problems too. I got to give my shit some credit, okay? But this meme I posted says, maybe some things don't get better, but we do. We get stronger. We learn to live with our situations as messy and ugly as they are. We fix what we can and we adapt to what we can't. Maybe some of us will never fully be okay, but at least we're here. We're still trying. We're doing the best we can. That's worth celebrating too. If you're reading this or listening to this, congratulations. You made it to today. You made it. Congratulate yourself. Boost yourself up. What you went through yesterday, you got over and you fucking fought and you won that battle. You won yesterday's battle. You made it to today. You can do this. Keep going. Keep fighting. You're a fucking warrior. Remember that. You're a fighter. You're a survivor. Keep going. All right. Next one is from me also. For the good old Rooster. Appreciate all your valuable contributions and all that you do. You can't just hope for happy endings. You have to believe in them. Do the work and take the risks. That one really friggin' should get to you. You can't just hope for a happy ending. You have to get out there and make life to what the fuck you want it to be. You have to get in there and put in the blood, sweat, tears, and the work to get to where the fuck you want to be. You got to make some sacrifices and take some risks and put in the long, hard hours. You've got to put in that work and do what you want so you can receive that happy ending that you're begging for and pleading for. You can't just hope for it. Nobody's going to show up and give it to you in a pretty little box with a pretty little bow and say, here you fucking go. You got to go out there and create the opportunities that you're looking for. Don't sit back and wait for them to come to you, because they don't always knock on your door. They're waiting for you to knock. It's the same thing I'm doing right now with all these nonprofits and organizations. 4 fucking years, they never heard my name. 4 years, they never knew who the fuck this dude with a mohawk and fucking a pretty ass beard named Rooster that likes to run his mouth and fucking talk a lot. They didn't know who the fuck I was until I started going out there and knocking on their doors and saying, hey, listen up, motherfuckers. This is what I'm here to do. And this is what I want to do. And you ain't going to fucking tell me no. And I ain't going to accept no, because either if you don't want to work with me, I'm still going to put your name out there. I'm still going to let people know what the fuck you're doing. I'm still going to let people know that you're here for them. So it's your choice. You either work with me or I'll work fucking for you, and I'll take the fucking credit. But you're going to help these people that I want you to help. I went out there and done that. Nobody else did it for me. Nobody else fucking, messaged the guest speaker that I'm going to be talking to tonight. I messaged them. I reached out to them. And every time we talk, she tells me, like, I'm crying. I'm so happy about this. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you for reaching out to me. All this different stuff. I'm putting this together. So I want you to know, you need to do this too. You have to believe in them. Do the work and take the risks. You can't just hope for a happy ending. Get out there and fucking do it. All right, going on. How many more we got? Let's see, 11, 12, 13. Oh, fuck. All right. Which one were we on? Wait. Okay, that one. Okay, yeah, we got a few more to go through, but I'm actually liking this today because I didn't have a real big topic to talk about. I just really wanted to get out the guest interview, and I wanted to make sure I did this. But as you can see, I'm adapting and overcoming. I'm going with the flow here. These memes, it may be a certain message that you needed to hear today that I'm also talking more about. I'm not, just trying to read them and get onto them and just be like, okay, here it is, that's it. I am, extending it. Hopefully, with what I'm saying about these and what's coming to my mind when I think about these, hopefully they're resonating with you in some way, somehow. And I may start doing this more often. I may do this, fucking a week. I may make this whole leaders of the packs thing. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go. Maybe I'll make it just a separate podcast in the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Just this will be, hey, these are the leaders of the pack, and this is what we're posting, and this is, this different thing to say. We'll see. But build on what works, right? And work on what doesn't work. Figure it out. Anyways, going to go on. Credit goes to pack member Zach for this. Rain only matters to those who have a seed in the ground. It's just a nuisance to those who don't. I liked that one, Zach. I did. I like that one. Rain only matters to those who have a seed in the ground. Otherwise, it's just a nuisance to those who do not. Meaning, when it rains and when it doesn't rain, you're wishing for the rain, but you want it to rain because you have a seed that you planted. You want it to grow. You want it to go on. So a lot of times you need to build off of those life lessons that people are trying and shit that's happening to you. You need to build off of that. That's what makes you stronger. That's what makes you learn lessons. That's what makes you smarter. For the ones who don't have a seed planted in the ground and not progressing and sticking to who they are and not wanting to change certain things about them and not wanting to become a better person and living and learning every day, those life lessons that you go through and what life and karma and all this different shit that busts you in your mouth and treats you like a little bitch, those things are just a nuisance to you because you don't have no seeds in the ground. You don't have anything that you're trying to grow and change and get out of life. When these things happen to you, the karma and the life lessons and life just smacking the fuck out of you like you're some little bitch. You get knocked down 7, you get back up 8. You understand that, yeah, You might have smacked me fucking this once for this, but I guarantee you I'm going to dodge the next time you come at me because I learned my fucking lesson with that. And it's a nuisance. It's a fucking nuisance. So people who sit here and complain and whine and bitch about the things that they're going through, but don't do anything about what they're going through to get the fuck out of it. They focus more on the problem than when they should be focusing on their energy towards the solution. They ain't going to get nothing out of it. And it's just something for them more to bitch and complain about and to say, woe is me and a pity party for me and whine and cry about because they don't have no seeds in the fucking ground. They're not trying to change. A lot of people, and I'm not trying to dismiss anybody that has mental illnesses, but a lot of people, they want to stay stuck where the fuck they are because that gets them the attention and other things. Because the more they whine and cry and complain about how bad their life is or what the fuck they're going through, there's always somebody out there that, friggin' is posting and commenting and liking and telling them, it's going to get better. It gets them the attention they want. And they're too afraid that if they actually change, what's that little button do? Oh, well, no shit, huh? Okay. I didn't know there was a little new button popped up. One that I've noticed before. But they don't want to change because then they won't get the attention they like. How many people that every fucking time you call them, and it could be 6 months from now, it could be a year or two from now, but they're always crying and whining and bitching about the same motherfucking thing. Something that happened to them 5 months ago, 10 months ago, 3 years ago. They're still stuck in that fucking story. Instead of turning their story into glory and learning the life lessons that they're going through, they're not understanding that, hey, you, instead of dwelling on the problem for fucking 6 months, 12 months, for fucking 5 fucking years, you should have come up with a solution by now. You should have grown from this. You should have, let some of this shit go and forgiven where you needed to forgive and moved on in your life. That your story that you're still sitting here trying to tell to everybody because you want everybody to know everything you've gone through, you could have turned that into glory a long fucking time ago, but here you still are stuck whining, complaining, and crying about the same shit every fucking day. Looking at the comment. I like that. Turn your story into glory. I know you do. Yeah. I that's not original. I didn't come up with that. I can't remember who I heard that off of, but yeah, it is a good one. I also heard a new one the other day, and I want to do a live about it soon, but it's called turning your messy into your message. And I want to be, very very open. I want you guys thinking like I always try to give credit where credit is due. It's like, that's why I came up with these. I could have sat here all day long and for this entire live and sat here and been like, oh, well, yeah, this is what this meme says, and I want to come up off of it. I'm going to build on this meme. I never told you who posted it. I try to give credit where credit is due. And if I don't remember, about, somebody posting a certain thing, or I don't remember what some speaker said, or, what quote I got it off of, I try to remember, and I try, and if I don't, I apologize, but I try to give credit where credit is due. But I also don't want you to think I'm just copycatting off of certain people, or, yes, everything that I've come up with and everything that, I've said has been based off of what somebody else has said. But I've got my own twist and my own story, and I'm like, oh, I can work with that. And I always try to say like, oh, when Eric Thomas says you owe you, or, it's you got to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. I try to make sure I give these people their credit where credit is due, but I got my own story with it. And then, I tell on and I build off of what they said. And a lot of times, most of these lives that I come up with is doing exactly that, where I'll listen to a motive video and they'll say something that has nothing to do with the fucking motive video or just a small part of what they're talking about. And it clicks on my brain like, oh shit, I could talk about that. I resonated with that so fucking much that I can sit here and talk about that because this is the story I come up with. And that hit me so hard. And normally it's just a little small fucking thing that they say. So as I'm liking this, I'm liking how I'm doing this. I didn't really have anything to talk about. because I'm excited and I'm working on the interview tonight. So my mind is in a different direction. But maybe this might be need to turn into like a motivating Monday type thing, to where I do sit here and I pick out the leaders of the pack and what all these memes and different things, and I just build off of what they say in that moment, because that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know. Give me your comments about what you think about that in the or tell me what you think about that in the comments. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe you just want me to shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, it's never going to happen though. I can't do it. That was the joke, but I really can't shut the fuck up. So whether you want to or not, you can unfollow me or not listen to me or don't download podcasts. But I'm always going to be Rooster. That's why I'm Rooster. I'm out here fucking crowing. Fuck you. I'll do what I want. This is my shit. You want your own shit? Then please, by means, get on here and do your own lives. Post your own shit. I'd love to listen to other people's fucking story. Fucking stop letting anxiety and fear hold you back. Get on here and you start doing lives. I have begged and asked for people to do that for so long. Get on here and do your own things instead of just listening to me. Give other people your story and the things you have learned and everything else. You do it too. This group is an open group like that. It ain't just supposed to be for me to be on here to run my mouth. I just am the one that does it constantly because nobody else wants to do it all the time. But anyways, this one goes to pack member Jess. The credit goes to pack member Jess. It says, if it doesn't open, it's not your door. I like that. If it doesn't open, it's not your door. That can be, in a couple different ways. If you got a family or a friend or, maybe it is a goal you're trying to reach or a job you're fucking at, and, you're just not getting, promoted, or you're not getting the recognition, or, you're not getting the love that you're wanting with somebody, or you're not getting the time and the energy that you're putting into something else. Maybe that door wasn't meant for you to open, and maybe it's staying closed for a reason. And there's sometimes I do want to say that you just need to kick in that motherfucking door and, take that opportunity, like I was saying earlier. But this one's trying to say, if it doesn't open, it's not your door. Quit trying to force a relationship with somebody that's not trying to have a fucking relationship with you. You quit trying to put in so much energy, time, and effort into somebody else when they aren't what the fuck's the word? Reciprocating the same energy and time that you do. It should never be one-sided. I've said this, I don't know how many times, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, but I don't give a fuck if it's your family, your friends, your spouse, and your fucking kids. If they aren't putting, and I'm not talking about young ass kids. I'm never talking about just young. I'm not telling you to abandon your fucking little kids, but grown ass fucking adult kids, when they know better, and family and friends, and mom and dad, and I don't fucking care who it is. If they're not putting the same energy and effort into you, and they're always downgrading, or they're always shooting you down, or they're always embarrassing you, or always telling you you're not good enough, why in the fuck do you still sit there and try to keep opening that damn door when it wasn't meant for you? When it wasn't your door to fucking open? Sometimes you need to leave that damn door closed and walk the fuck away. Or in my case, I'd kick that motherfucker down and then tell them all about how I feel and then walk the fuck away. But it's on you. Not everybody's like me. But that's a good one. I like that, Jess. If it doesn't open, it's not your door. Quit trying to open the motherfucker. All right, we're gonna go on to the next one. This one is from pack member Rooster, myself. Good old Rooster. You gotta love him. He's a dick, but he's not. He's still an asshole, but he's a nicer asshole now. He's a nicer asshole. It goes on to say, focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself. Fuck, when I read that one earlier and posted that. Focus on improving yourself and not proving yourself. Kind of goes off of what pack member Jess said, right? Yep, Jess. You need to focus on you. I have said this so much here lately, is that you need to focus on you. Stop trying to prove yourself to others because they don't want to fucking listen. If they wanted to listen and they wanted to be in your life and they wanted to accept your phone calls or text you fucking back or believe in you in some way, if they wanted to show you love, then they would have fucking done it by now. Because God knows you have tried so fucking hard to impress that person or to prove yourself to that person or to prove your love or prove your loyalty or prove, fucking whatever the hell it is. Stop trying to prove yourself to people who don't want to be proved to and that won't fucking open that door to you. Focus on improving yourself. I think that's, proving yourself to somebody else. Improving has the letter I in it. I'm. You need to prove yourself to you. You need to prove yourself to people who actually matters. And you need to improve yourself. Maybe it's getting better friends. Yeah, you may not be able to pick blood family, but I tell you right now, there's a hell of a lot more fucking people out there that I consider family that aren't blood that treat me a lot better than what fucking family that I have has treated me. So improve yourself, which means working on yourself, creating discipline, learning new things, changing yourself, working on you. Focus on you. Focus on what you want out of life. Focus on the things that you dream about and the goals you have. And prove yourself to be able to reach and obtain those goals and to catch those dreams. Not trying to prove it to somebody else. So what they don't fucking believe in you. So what they don't have, like your new idea. It wasn't meant for them. If it was meant for them, then it would have been given to them. Then they would have had the idea for it. But a lot of times, and I said this the other day, a lot of times people put their own limitations to what they think that they can do and what they can't do on others. How many times have you ever had a great, amazing idea and you just thought it was fucking the cat's meow and you just thought this was the idea that fucking was going to change humanity itself or change your life? And you're just like, oh my God, everybody needs to hear about this and everybody needs to do it. And, everybody just has got to get on board with this. And then you start telling people, and then you've got, quite a few negative ass Nancy's in your life, and they're just sitting there. I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, you couldn't do that. Oh, my favorite is the things that I was told before. Look at the way you dress. Listen to how you talk. Look at how you act. Ain't nobody going to listen to you. Nobody wants to listen to you and what the fuck you got to say because you cuss too much. You don't even know big fancy college words. Look at the way you dress. You don't wear no fancy 3-piece suit. You fucking wear farm clothes and work clothes all the fucking time. You wear boots. You don't wear tennis shoes. You don't wear dress shoes. Look at how you act. You out here looking like a damn fucking fool, talking about different shit. Oh, being an open book. Nobody wants to hear what the fuck you got to say. And instead of proving myself to that person and being like, well, but you got to listen or letting that downfall me in, which it almost did because it come from somebody I had valued very much in that time frame of my life when I first started this. Instead, I said, I'll fucking show you. I'm going to prove you wrong. And the very things that person had told me back then that nobody would listen to, the exact things that why people relate to me, because I don't wear no fancy ass fucking suit, because I do cuss and I do talk to people and I admit when I'm wrong or that I admit like I don't know this big ass fucking word right now. They listen to me because of how I am, and they come to me for advice, and they listen to my podcast and is in this group. But I'm getting and improving myself all the time, becoming the me that I am today. Like Eric Thomas has said, the person I was 5 and 10 years ago, you don't would have never listened to me. One, I wasn't ever wanting to fucking do this in the first place. Back then, 5, 10 years younger me, that person who I was, I'd have rather probably punched you in your face, spit in your fucking face, than laughed at you and hurt you in some fucking way possible because I was hurting back then. And I didn't want nobody else out there to have an ounce more of happiness than what I couldn't fucking find myself. How dare you be happy when I can't fucking even be happy? So I was out to ruin other people. I was out to fucking tear people the fuck down. And I was good at it. Was I good at it? I could make a fucking full-grown man cry because I was just good with my fucking words, and I could get in their head. And I just by listening to a conversation that they were having with other people, I could sit there and tear that motherfucker down and make them feel like they were fucking an inch tall when they were really 6 feet tall, fucking 200 fucking pounds of muscle bound, and probably could have picked me up and spit in my own fucking ass and made me call them daddy. But because I could get into somebody's head so well mentally, because I paid attention to the things they said and they didn't say, and the little micro expressions that their whole body would fucking make, I was damn good at it. Right there, fucking, I got I got somebody in the comments that is, I know who it is by with just what they're saying. They said, "Yes, you were good at it. I am so proud of the person you become." I want to do. Me and him was talking the other day. This pack member was. Oh, I want to do an interview with him. I don't know when. We're going to set it up, but I want to do 2 separate interviews because this man that I'm talking about now has changed so much from the person that I knew 10, 15 years ago when we were in the Marines together. Has changed so much that around probably 10 years ago, I walked away from him and told him, "Don't you ever fucking contact me again. Don't you ever, if you contact me again, I swear to God, I'll hunt you down and I will hurt you. And I'll probably, fucking, I will fuck your world up." And he knew I meant it. He knew that fucking that I would do it because I was that type of person back then. I believe my exact words were fucking, I can't say this all on Facebook, but I'll hurt you, I'll hurt your family, and I'll hire your crackhead to rape your fucking dog if you ever contact me again. Because this person had hurt me so bad by abandoning me and leaving me and not being, the friend that I was to this person, which I'm not trying to dog this person out. But because he's worked on himself and changed so much, he still reached out, even though I had threatened him and his life and his poor fucking dog. He says, "Yep, that's pretty accurate." Yeah. But because he's changed as a person, he reached out. And it's not the first time, it's been, I think, couple months that he reached out and we kind of reconciled, and I ended up forgiving him, and I ended up giving up old feelings and shit and letting him talk. But I forgave him for me because I can't sit here and practice what the fuck I preach and tell you all about all this different shit and then not do it myself. So I forgave him, but the forgiveness wasn't for him. It was for me because I was choosing no longer. I can't hold on to this hate that I have for you and these feelings that I have that you've pissed me off. I'm no longer going to be that person. So I'm changing who I am. So I'm going to give you another chance. And I told this person, I said, I don't know where this might go from here. I don't know if this will turn into a friendship. I don't know if we'll go back to being the same. I don't know. But all I'm going to give you right now is the forgiveness that you're seeking. I forgive you. But what you do after this is on you because I'm me and I'm always going to be me. So I would like to do 2 different interviews with this person. One, I want to, him to be able to get on here, tell his own story and tell, how he's changed and the things he's done to change and everything like that, because he was telling me some fascinating things. And this one fucking therapist, I would love to meet. Well, me and her sound a lot alike. But I also want him to do a separate interview to tell you all about the person that I used to be. The raw version of how I was and who I was before and how much I've truly changed and the span of 5 years. It might have been 10 years since we've talked, 10, 15 years. I can't remember exactly how long it's been, but I got out of the Marine Corps at the end of 2011. I say it's about 2012 because it was like November 17th of 2011 I got out, so it's damn near 2012. But and I think we had stopped talking like a year or two before that. I can't remember exactly. But I would love for him to get on here. And he already said, he's down with some interviews, but we talked about doing one for him, but I hadn't talked to him really about doing this one yet. But I'd love for him to get on here and just show you the type of person I am now that you listen to on a daily basis to who I used to be. Because I don't think a lot of motherfuckers actually believe some of the shit I really talk about. He said again, you were cutthroat. We stopped talking in the end of 2010. So okay, yeah. So it was about a year before I got out of the Marine Corps. So anyways, we're gonna go on. Got a few more slides. I think 3 or 4 left. But that one was thank you. Well, that's Rooster. That was myself. Focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself, and focus on improving yourself and not proving yourself. That was a good one. That was a good one. Another one I posted. Thank you, Rooster, for all your contributions. I appreciate you so much and all the hard work that you do into this group of making it what it is. Because I am the alpha, I am the omega, and I am the fucking man. Come on, I got to boost myself up sometimes, okay? Sometimes if y'all don't want to fucking tell me of a good job I'm doing, I'm going to tell me a good job I'm doing. So I'm going to do it, and you're going to sit there and fucking listen to it. Plus, it's funny. Come on now, it's funny. I'm not being conceited. I'm not being fucking a dick. I'm being funny, and it's confidence. There's a difference between being conceited and having confidence of yourself. I know what I'm doing is making difference. I know that the energy and the time that I put in this group and the podcast and these lives and setting up these interviews, I know what I'm doing is making a difference. And sometimes I gotta pat my own self in the back. So it's going to go on and say, this is what I posted. We're all messy. We're all struggling. We are all flying high in some ways and falling flat on our faces in others. Nobody has it all figured out. It's our job to cheer each other on, lift each other up, and push each other to keep giving it our best. It matters who we surround ourselves with. We need to be better to each other. We're all we have. And that quote was from Amy Weatherly. Oh, okay. I was reading the comments. That was from Amy Weatherly. I don't know who that is, but maybe go look her up. But that's a perfect reputation, representation from all of our lives. I've never sat here and fucking said like, oh, I am 100% better and I don't have, battles with mental illnesses anymore. And I'm this perfect person. And, I've changed so fucking much that I'm next to fucking Jesus. The only thing he could do was fucking turn water into wine. And I fucking can't. And lucky I fucking can't. Because I'd make one hell of a business out of that. But no, I've never sat here and said this shit. I've always tried to say I may not, and I don't ever think once you have, these mental illnesses, and I've heard, some experts say this very thing, so it's not just me saying it, somebody don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But I don't think you'll ever be 100% cured from these mental illnesses. But you can get better and to the point to where it's not controlling your life as much as it used to. I still have my anxiety problems. You don't think I don't have my anxiety about tonight and about this, my first fucking interview? But beating, it's facts over feelings. I keep trying to tell myself, like, yes, this is my first real interview that I'm doing with somebody. But it's also, it's not really the first time I've had somebody else on here talking. Me and the admins used to do it all the time with my beautiful bearded brother Ed and the admin and moderator Tiffin and Becky. We used to get on here all the time. And I was basically doing the same thing. We were just talking and chit-chatting and having a certain subject. So I keep trying to tell myself, like, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's, nothing to have anxiety for because you've done this before. You need to remember facts over feelings. Yes, this is my first interview, and I hope it fucking, I don't hope. I know it's going to fucking go great. But it's going to be a stepping stone, like we talked about earlier. It's a step in the progress that I want to make, on the path that I want to be in. It's just another stepping stone for me. Is this going to be probably the best interview I've ever done? Probably fucking not. I'm nervous and it's my first one. I'm going to learn and grow as I go. And I've already, talked to the person that which her name is Bethany. And I've already talked to her and told her, like, look, hey, I want to make sure, I want to do another interview with you like 4 to 6 months down the line. That way we can, do hopefully a better one. And I have enough under my belt to give her another great interview. And then also, so you can go back and maybe for new people that, has seen this, or, maybe she's got some new things to talk about, or, to see how much she's grown, not only in her business as in a person, so I'm setting up follow-up interviews and I'm doing this, and I've never done this shit before. I never have. I've never done an actual real interview. So don't ever sit here and think that my own, anxieties and my own depression, fucking it doesn't still exist, because it does. It just don't kick my ass like it fucking used to. Instead of it smacking me around, I smack it around a little bit and fucking teach it who the fuck daddy is. I ain't no bitch. I control this shit. And a lot of how I do that is all the things that I try to teach in here is that when my anxiety fucking gets up real bad, I make myself do what the hell I'm afraid of. If my anxiety is trying to keep me from something new or something that I'm just that scared of, I try to make myself do exactly what the fuck it's sitting there being a scared little bitch about. And then after I do it, I'm like, oh, well, fuck, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because it's not, it's not the movie, the dramatic fucking movie that I've built up into my head. And I prove myself to that all the time. And I try to tell other people that's what you need to do. If you're sitting there scared of something, then you need to go face that fear to do it. I believe it was Will Smith that said something along the other lines that basically on the other side of fear is your success and where your goals and your dreams lie. Something like that. I believe it was Will Smith. So, and it's been a messy fucking struggle. That's what I tell you guys all the time. I try to make sure all the time that I'm an open fucking book. I put out there my rights and my fucking wrongs. It is a messy fucking message that I have to put out there. But I put it out there. The good and the bad. Because I don't want none of you ever thinking that I'm just some fucking perfect fucking guru out here that lives a fucking lot better life and that this shit still don't affect me. It does. A lot more than what I speak about. Because a lot of times I go out there and I conquer that demon. And I whip its ass. And I make sure it knows who the fuck daddy is. Because you ain't going to get me like that. And a lot of the times, old demons pop their up again. And shit I faced before. And I laugh at them because I'm like, I already dealt with you before. I know how to defeat you. I know how to beat you this time. You ain't going to keep me down like you used to do. We've been through this same fucking battle 15, 20 fucking different times. And every time it gets easier and easier. One of these days, you're going to stop fucking coming at me and you're going to work for me. I make these demons work for me instead of fucking sitting there holding me back and defeating me. So we're going to go on. That one I liked. This one again is from Pack member Rooster. Thank you for all your content. Okay, I'm done with that. It says, that's just the way I am, is a missed opportunity for growth. Personality is not your destiny. It's your tendency. No one is limited to a single way of thinking, feeling, or acting. Who you become is not about the traits you have. It's what you decide to do with them. I'm going to repeat that last part. Who you become is not about the traits you have. It's what you decide to do with them. This one, I've talked about this before. I hate when somebody sits there and says, well, this is just how I am and who I am, and I'm never going to change. That is a childish ass mentality for you to sit there and say, this is just who I am, and that's how I am. So deal with it because I'm never going to change. A fucking child is going to say that. A fucking somebody that is a weaker person that doesn't understand that they are choosing to act this way. They're choosing to be this way. And their very choice that they're making is fucking up their own destiny, their own path. The way they are, the way they refuse to see how they are and to change is what's literally holding them the fuck back to who they could become. I know that fucking sounds harsh, but that is the truth. I used to think like that too. And that's why I can't stand it so fucking much when people say that shit. Because I used to think like that. Well, I'm always going to be an asshole. If everybody sees me as a fucking monster and an asshole and all this different shit, then I'm going to fucking, be that. So fuck that. If that's what people see and that's what they think of me, then I'm going to give them exactly what the fuck they want. Because I'm never going to be able to change who I am and how I am and what I am. Uh-oh, hold on. I need to, somebody said my voice went deep, so I want to make sure my mic isn't fucking up. Okay, it don't sound like it on my end. Hopefully it's not fucking up too bad. But all right, we're gonna go on. Don't let your past define your future. And don't let it fuck up your present to where you don't get what you want out of your future. All right, I believe this is we got three more, and we're done. The habits you created, this is by me again. I posted this. The habits you created to survive will no longer serve you when it's time to thrive. Get out of survival mode. New habits, new life. Ebony Davis said that. Again, the habits you created to survive will no longer serve you when it's time to thrive. Get out of survival mode. New habits, new life. I think that pretty much fucking speaks for itself. You can't it is great that the habits you created to be able to survive in certain situations that you have been through and have gone through. Yeah, that was your survival kicking in and you did what the fuck you had to do. You acted how you had to act. You did what you needed to do. But just like we were talking about with the childish ass mentality, you got to make sure that you need to get out of the survival mode and you start creating new habits to have a new life. If you're not in an abusive relationship all the time, then you need to stop making other people pay for the things that you've been through. And as mentally, physically, however you want to put it, if and I'm just using this example, but I'm not, I don't want somebody thinking that I'm talking to just them specifically. But if you got into the habit where your copingism was to cut or was to drink, do drugs, or maybe even eat. That's how you coped with whatever you were going through because that made you feel better. And now you don't understand that that's what you did in survival mode, that you got to give up and sacrifice these eating habits and these, this alcohol and these drugs and all these different things that you did back then for you to have a new life that you want. You also need to fucking get away from the people that are in your life and the things that people sit there and treat you, and they say that, and I don't know whoever, I've heard so many different people say this, but they say that The people you surround yourself is who you're going to become. So if you have a group of 4 people that are always depressed and always drama filled and always talking about, what they've been through and crying about different things, and they drink and they do drugs and all this, you're going to become the 5th person. Plain and simple. Because you are who you hang around with. You need to pick new habits. You need to start doing new things. A comment was, that's what you did not to, or to not feel any emotions, but they're still there. Exactly. Well, all these things that you used to do and all these habits you had was trying to get you to cope with and get through whatever the fuck you were going through in life. But it's time to start making some sacrifices and giving up certain things and stop doing certain things for you to get better and to get the life that you actually deserve. The life that you want so fucking bad you can taste it. But you're never going to get there with hanging around the same people, putting up with the same shit from family members and spouses and friends. You're never going to have that new life if you don't start standing up for yourself, creating boundaries, disciplining yourself to get the fuck up off the couch and stop binge watching Netflix and go to the fucking gym, or creating enough discipline in yourself to actually get out there and start working on that new business and that new idea that you want. Stop fucking talking about it. Go be about it and give everything you got into it. I talked about a meme that was posted the other day that how was it put? Stop stop complaining about the results that you're not getting from the work you didn't do. Can't remember if that was exact words or not, but stop complaining about the results you're not getting from the work you didn't do. That's something that you truly have to understand, that if you're not putting in the time and the effort and the energy and creating new habits, then you're not going to have the new life that you want. All right, we're going to go on because I'm going on an hour and a half today. And I still have time, or I have shit to start doing for the interview tonight. So this one is again by Pack member Rooster. We don't control an enormous amount of what happens to us. Broken bones, broken hearts, these are going to happen. We control how we respond, our outlook, and our attitude. By Frank Bruni. Again, we don't control an enormous amount of what happens to us. And I've heard this said so many times that you can't control the actions and others of what they do to you. You can only control how you respond to it. And your attitude towards it. If you let somebody sit there and fuck with you and you let that eat at you, and you let that, what their opinions of you and the shit they got to say or what they do to you, you let that sit there and fuck with you, then it's going to. But at some point, you need to understand what they're doing to you or how they're saying to you or whatever it is. Their actions do not define, and their opinions do not define you and who you are. It's your outlook and your attitude and how you respond to it. You don't have to give them your energy. And a lot of times we sit here for years thinking about shit that somebody said fucking 5-10 years ago about you, or something they did to you, that they don't even exist in your life anymore. They're not even around. They probably don't even remember them doing or saying what the fuck that they did to you. But somehow, some way you do, and you're still letting it affect what the fuck happened 5 or 10 years ago, and letting it stop you from moving on with your life and having a better life. So I believe this is the last one. Yep, the last one. This one is Pack member Zach. Oh shit, come back here. I need you. It says if you want to succeed, focus on changing yourself, not others. I think that speaks for its fucking self, so I'm gonna read it again. If you want to succeed, focus on changing yourself and not others. Going back to the one that I just talked about. We don't control an enormous amount of what happens to us. We control how we respond, our outlook, and our attitude. So you need to focus. If you want to succeed, focus on changing yourself and not others. You can't change how other people act and the way they are, their views and their opinions. You'll never be able to change somebody else like that. If you want something out of life, then you need to change yourself. You need to focus on yourself. You need to work on yourself, not others. You can't change how others are and how they treat you, but you can change your environment. You can change your outcomes. You can change what energy you allow them to have to give towards them. You need to focus on changing yourself, not others. That's when your life, new habits, becomes a new life. When you stop feeding in to what others are trying to do to you and say to you and tear you down. You want to succeed, focus on changing yourself, not others. And with that, I'm going to get off here today. Thank you for everybody watching, listening. I hope you all have a great day. Try, if you can, come to watch the live interview with Bethany tonight on with her business of For the Hotties Safety Emporium. I believe I got that right. Where she has developed and become an entrepreneur of a little business on making self-defense keychains to help women. And I'm sure, guys can buy them too. I kind of fucking want one. I think they're badass. But self-defense keychains are where you can always have them on you in case somebody else is trying to do you harm. If you want to know more about her, listen to the interview. If you want to, come watch it live. If you can't catch it live or you got other shit going on, I completely understand. You can always go watch it on YouTube or in the Facebook private group or on the public page or in podcast. One of those 4 places, you can recatch it and rewatch it. And I will greatly appreciate tonight if you show her some love and go look at her business Facebook page and make some orders with her. I also forgot to mention earlier that for the ones that are going to be watching, we are going to give a giveaway. She has offered. She actually wanted to send me a care package for all that I'm setting up and doing this interview for her. And I told her no. I was like, why don't we instead, whatever you were going to give me as a care package, why don't we set that up for the viewers out there so it gets your name out there and it gets your business out there and it's for them and it makes them feel special and, freaking valued and appreciated for them watching and taking their time and energy. Why don't we give back to them? So to do that, you're going to have to do 3 things. I want you to like the live, show up and watch it. So actually 4. Show up and watch it, like the live, comment on it, and share it to friends, family, to your Facebook page, wherever. You'll have to probably do that on, with the YouTube channel or the public Facebook page for Yanas Wolf Pack. You won't be able to share it through the private Facebook group. But if you share that and do all those 4 things, then your name is going to be put into basically a little drawing, spin wheel type thing. I'll know exactly how we're going to do it. And it's going to be randomly picked out of the people that actually did all of this. And it's going to be randomly picked. No favoritism, no nothing. And we'll get you and Bethany in contact with each other so she can send you whatever she was going to send me. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's going to be great. So if you have time tonight, please come watch it live. If you don't, then go rewatch it. Go to Bethany's Facebook page business page and show her some love, like and follow her, and hope to see you all there tonight. I hope you all remember two things. And put myself back in there. I want you to remember all two things. You're stronger than what you think, and not alone. Peace.